It's Logan here at Me and McGee Market, and despite it being winter and being limited on produce, we do have some things like cool season root crops. Great for storage. Let's cut into these bad boys. All right, it is February in Arkansas, so not a whole lot going on the farms. So what we wanted to highlight is root crops. And the biggest reason for that is their storage ability. It's something that we have as far as a fresh farm product that we can have most of the year, especially cold season. So I'm going to go through the things we have right here as far as what is grown at our friends at 5 Acre Farm. So Brandon Gordon's up in Pleasant Plains, and he specializes in natural growing methods, the natural way of doing things. So this right here is one of my absolute favorites, and it is the watermelon radish. So it is called that. Got a little green outside. So we are going to look in, I like the little paring style knives myself, but I'm going to cut the top off. Look how pretty that is. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it has a mild flavor, and it is really good either roasted or in some sort of like a quick pickle. Now we've got the watermelon radish. Over here is a little scarlet turnip. Scarlet turnip is it's a mild turnip, but this is also a really good roasting vegetable. So they hold up very well in cold storage. It's beautiful. Adds a little bit of a crunch to your dish. Now, right here, this is my absolute favorite. This is a red Dakin radish. They can get really big. There's a couple varieties. There's also a purple one, but the red one, again, the mild thing I think is really important with the things that Brandon grows, because some of them can be overpowering. A lot of people don't like turnips at all, and that is that overpowering taste. This, another beautiful, beautiful thing. We do a lot of quick pickles. We actually, well, speaking of, we use the plum vinegar so I'll cut up all these different varieties and sprinkle that on there. It's a fermented vinegar, Japanese. Really good, just even as just a little garnish. But these are good additions to any salad, or even get crazy with it, burgers, ramens, roasted. You can do a little roasted medley. All right, another thing that Brandon does with 5 Acre Farms is little carrots. Now, the interesting thing about carrots is in the winter, they tend to be sweeter than the ones that are grown in the spring, and that is because it has more sugar in there that acts as like an antifreeze component to it. So again, carrots, the juicing is something that we really like for the carrots, and they're really good. Again, salads, these cold mixes, roasted, they're not something to ever really be intimidated by. They're easy and they're delicious. It's a great way that I've found to be able to get my kids to eat them. And, always the other regulars in the root crop area are onions, yellow or purple, sweet potatoes, a lot of different varieties there, but so many options to still eat produce, even when it's cold. Chef Josh with the Southern Standard Food Truck is going to take one of these beautiful watermelon radishes and add it into a quick pickle recipe to show you how easy and delicious these are.
Hey, how y'all guys doing today? I'm Josh with the Southern Standard, and I'm going to show y'all a really, really easy radish recipe to pickle. Anybody can do this one at home. It was given to me by Chef Suzanne Campbell, so I'm going to kind of go through here and show y'all what I'm going to do. So first thing, we got the watermelon radish. It's beautiful. This application can be used for salads, on a fish dish, or just as a garnish, or you can just eat them straight out of the fridge. So what we have is just any kind of rice wine vinegar. So we got a 1/2 cup of rice wine vinegar, okay? Then we have a 1/2 cup of water, okay? Then we have a 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, okay? Not too much. And then just a pinch of salt, okay? So now I'm going to use a mandolin. However, you know, you can slice these at home. The main goal is to get them as thin as you can, okay? So we got them pretty thin here. So I'm going to wear a glove because it's always safer. And you can buy a mandolin at Walmart, Kroger, or whatever. Just, it's always better to wear a glove. So we got this right here, okay? Boom. We're going to put them in this stainless steel bowl, okay? The reason why we do that is it's going to help keep the brightness of the color once we pickle them, okay? And we're going to go over here to the stove and get this hot. So our liquid is boiling, and we mixed all of our rice wine, our water, and our sugar in there. And all we're doing is we're melting that sugar down. It should be about ready right now. Like I said, it just takes a couple of seconds. And once we put it in the bowl, it's only going to take 15 minutes to marinate and be ready to go. 15 minutes. All right, so our liquid's hot. We're gonna get it over here, like I said. We're gonna go into this stainless steel bowl. This is gonna help give it the color. And you know, it doesn't, when you have an aluminum bowl or a glass bowl will work just as well, but it doesn't release a chemical out of that bowl that changes the color. Preferably you'd wanna use a stainless steel pot as well, but in this application, it'll work because it's giving you the recipe. So if you have a stainless steel pot at home, most of us do, you want to use those. So you see, we just threw a hot liquid in there. We're going to let it sit there for 15 minutes at room temperature, and 15 minutes they're pickled. They're good for about a week in the refrigerator, covered, and you can use it on everything. Salads, you can put it on ahi tuna when it gets hot this summer. Let's see what Logan thinks about them in about 15 minutes when they're ready to go, and tell me what he thinks.
As many of you know, cancer is a major topic for us, and in researching how to overcome, juicing pops up a lot. So there is some confusing information and things that kind of conflict on each other. So I've got my good friend, Meg Green, dietitian, to explain and maybe uncloudy the water a little bit.
Today, we are going to talk about juicing. This is something that comes in and out of the news and support because it sometimes will be trendy and sometimes not. Lately, it's been really big because of the celery juice trend. And juicing has been around for many, many years, especially with cancer. It is something that really helps with cancer patients because it gives a big boost of antioxidants. There are some pros and cons with juicing, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And then we'll actually juice and make a juice for ourselves. But first, some of the pros. Like I said, you're taking lots of different fruits and vegetables, and we're gonna break those down and extract those vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients that are sometimes hard to get in that such a large amount with all of the different flavors that you can add. That's with just adding different varieties of fruits and vegetables, but also herbs and different leaves, things like that. So you get this good variety of vitamins and minerals, phytonutrients. Some of the cons that might happen is that using all of that produce can be expensive. And so sometimes you have to think about how much you're going to use. The other is that you leave behind, and we'll show you when we juice, some of the fiber that goes in with those the fruits and vegetables. And sometimes people need that fiber. Sometimes you don't. We are going to juice beets and apples. We're going to do celery, carrots, and we're also going to throw in there a little bit of ginger. All of this is going to help with anti-inflammation, immune supporting, and that's what juicing really does. It's going to help support all of those activities and functions in our body to be able to fight off those diseases, those bad bacteria, the bad viral things that are out there. So we're going to first start with beets. I'm going to go ahead and chop this up. I've already chopped up some of this beets. Beets are this beautiful, beautiful color. And that it just goes to show you the type of antioxidants that are rich in beets. One thing you have to be cautious about with beets though, it gives tons of vitamin C, vitamin A, folate, which is really, really important. But it also is really high in oxalates. So if you're one that might suffer from kidney stones, you might want to be cautious of how many beets that you use and just talk with your dietitian to see what a good amount is. So we are gonna turn this on and throw in our beets. So now we have our beets. Let's go ahead and add apple. We're just gonna kind of take the apple. You don't have to take the peel out. You definitely don't want to add the seeds, so we're gonna kind of core it and then add these apple bits in there. Then we're gonna toss in our celery, our carrots, and then we're gonna add a little bit of ginger just to kind of give it those really, really healthy benefits from ginger that we always have talked about. So we've juiced all of our vegetables and our fruits. We have this really rich and potent vitamin and mineral homemade fresh juice. And sometimes people ask about the sugar content. It's a little bit different because when you go to the grocery store and just buy juice, most of the time that's had added sugar, it's been processed. And so this is a much healthier version than just going to the store and getting juice there. So we're gonna pour this. Look how beautiful that is. Like I said, you can flavor juice however you want to. Add whatever vegetables and fruits. And doing a variety is really key because a lot of times those vitamins and minerals, those phytonutrients, antioxidants, they work really well and turned on when they're blended with different types. And so here we have fresh juice, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Thank you, Meg, for the tips and help other people be able to make the decision on if they want to incorporate juicing or not. It's been very important to us. Lander gets it, and we all drink it. So thanks for watching. I hope it helps.